So I thought, even had the idea of this group that I have right now and everything that is my job at night. I don't know if I should call it a job, something else. Haven't figured it out. And so today I want to have something special. I wanted to have a voice blog. Originally, I wanted to have a video blog, but well, I've been thinking about it for a long time, but I just never did it because I feel weird talking to a screen. They seem like they feel more comfortable speaking to a screen to real people, and I'm the opposite because I feel better. I feel actually my best when I talk to people face to face and not looking at my record. But anyways, maybe later I will conquer this fear. And just like how I teach other people how to conquer their fears of speaking, I must conquer my own. And I just saw this little box on my recording app. It says skip silence, and it keeps switching on and off. So I don't even know if I have my voice recorded or not. But since I want to do this one take first, I will just go ahead and say whatever I want. So, in this voice blog, I want to talk about the purpose of it, the purpose of what I started this thing called Free the Language. The purpose, of course, is to free the language, and by saying that, I mean I think language is supposed to be, and especially spoken, because it's used to communicate with other people. And if you can't communicate with other people, either by words or spoken language, then you lose the point of learning. And if you don't have a purpose of learning, then you might as well just learn something else or not learn at all. And so I want to, in my classes, I want to show people, number one, that they can actually do it because, hey, I'm just one of you, and I was born and raised in Taiwan, and I didn't go to a foreign university. So many other people do. So I'm just really like you, and I want people to see, especially my students, I want people to see that if I could do it, they can do it, because I'm a living example. I like to say that. And so that is number one, to show people that I can do it. And number two, to well, I don't have the orders like freestyle, so I'm just gonna say it. There was that one day I was just I don't remember what I was doing, but there was just one day that I was thinking about life and what happens afterwards. And so, because I look at myself, I think my job is to inspire, to tell people that they can become something, or to help people in my way to, to do those kind of things. But then, how many people can I actually, and of all the people that I reach, how many of them can even get what I am trying to do? So, well, that aside, what happens after I cannot teach anymore? What happens when I left either Taiwan or life? And so I was thinking about what I can leave behind, and ta-da, I thought about creating a website, and I would just start writing. Um, not really officially, uh, not really official because this website is actually like half public. So only the people who know the web link that I shared, only the people who know, or yeah, only the people who know the link would actually be able to see and read my, because I didn't pay for I didn't pay for a official domain. That's how they say a domain. So I didn't pay for it, and it's gonna cost me not just once, but like every month or every year. And I'm like, I'm not really there yet. So far, this is like a semi-private, whatever, website. And so this is what I want to leave behind. Maybe after I die, I can have someone to this for me. But anyways, I I don't know if using this word is right or not, but it does sound kind of cool. So this would be my legacy, I guess. Sounds so cool to me. Um, so that's the purpose of it. To help people, to inspire, and to inspire more, and also to inspire after I can't anymore. And the second thing I want to talk about is, well, I'm still thinking about whether I should talk about it or not. So the second thing is public speaking. I want to talk about public speaking, and I'm hesitating on it because, hey, I've never had any education on it, any official education on it. There was public speaking in my college after you. I did not take it. I just wish. Why didn't I? Because I was busy trying to graduate. I didn't want to stay any longer in the college. So, anyways, public speaking. Why do so many people have, or not so many people, but um, okay, English learners. Why are there so many English learners who have problems in a public place to speak at all? I want to talk about public speaking. I think the main reason, of course, is that their fear of speaking, their fear of not being enough is what stops them. Just like me, I have a fear to speak in front of a camera or just speak to a device. Well, one reason that I hate it is that I get so stressed out, and when I have a lot of stress, I sleep talk, and I don't want to do that anymore. And I know that I sleep talk because I can hear myself. I just can't control it. So talking to this device right now is like me knowing that I am sleep talking, except that now I know that I'm not sleeping. I'm talking to, and so the fear of speaking, the fear of not being enough is the main reason, I think. How can we overcome fear? There are several ways to do it, of course, and well, one of them is, of course, to face it, to actually just not think about so much and do it. Again, like me right now, I had an idea of having a voice blog, and I wrote it on my little whiteboard, and I thought about it for a few days. I wanted to being able to look at it and to remind me again to make me less afraid of it. And so 3 days later, I wrote it on Friday, I think, 3, 4, whatever. Days later, I look at my phone 8.5 minutes ago, before I started. And then it's Tuesday now, so I get all the silence that I can get because I don't work until later. And so now I'm alone. I can practice overcoming my fear of talking to a camera or not camera, just. So I think facing it definitely helps you to start solving the problem, solving or overcoming your fear. Just do it. And before you start, there are all kinds of ways. For example, you can write it down like me. You can keep a note somewhere to let it remind you. And because we don't want to start doing something when you're still super scared. Like I am scared right now, but I'm not as scared because that paper has been, or that those words on the whiteboard have been reminding me that this is something that I gotta do. And so I feel less fearful. And so also pick a time when you are alone and practice This is English speaking that I'm talking about. Pick somewhere alone when you're where you're alone, and pick some time when you are alone, and just start, perhaps like me, talking to myself. Because if you're afraid of yourself, then I don't really know what else you can do. Talk to the mirror, they said, and I think what's better, stop. I don't know. Looking at the mirror and talk to the mirror when you can look at yourself feels a little more weird, and I don't think I'm ready for that yet to look at myself talk. And so use your phone and record yourself. It doesn't matter. Just be like a kid. And be like a kid, I mean, just do it. Kids don't think, they just do. And it is when we're older we think too much and we don't do anymore. So the only thing that is stopping us is ourselves. My number one suggestion would be face it. Face it alone. Face it alone when you want to practice public speaking. I know it's public, but we gotta start somewhere. We maybe start private speaking first, and in order to have the skills of public speaking. That is yes. And number two, and this is what I will do, or I will have somebody help me do. Number two, after you recorded yourself, listen again and type the words out. Because right now I don't have a script. I personally I speak better without the script, and I've tried it before, and almost no, every time. Every time when I have a script pre-written down, and I wrote them. Every time I have script, when I speak, I just care maybe too much about saying the same thing, the exact same thing, and that stops me from speaking better. I always say that I speak better freestyle, and also work too. I work better when there are no rules, when there are no stupid lesson plans. I teach for 10 plus years. I've never had a lesson plan. I've never had a lesson plan unless it is forced upon me. That is, of course, when the employers in the past forced me to do so. I mean, lesson plans are not bad. They're just not good to me, not good for me. Because I gotta spend energy to remember what I gotta do. And of course, it helps you become more organized. And that is another of my problems. I am not organized. I don't want to be either. I want to be able to be free. I want to be able to be free. I changed my I changed the content of my class accordingly and constantly. If I get if I feel that students are, taking another direction of the things that I talk about, I probably go with it, you know? For example, if my audience um, are not that passionate about the topic that I'm talking about, I probably talk about something else. So, you get the idea. I don't want to keep doing something that doesn't fit the situation at the moment, because that would be bad, or it would just end up being a bad class. Um, just like teaching children, if they're not, or actually teaching at all, teaching anything, if your students are not listening or they're not interested in something that then you can't. You can't teach. You can only teach when they want to learn. People can only receive help when they want to help themselves. I get lost track, right? See, I told you I don't have a script, and this is my problem. But no, I was saying what? I was saying that I have no script. Right. After after you recorded yourself, your voice, Me, after I do this, after I finished, I will have somebody, one of my students or my assistant, I will have him um, typed out my typed out what I have right now, typed out what I spoke, not just to um, make him do things, but I think this is also another good practice for him. Like anything that I give him is, I think, a good practice. Just like when I asked him to translate my my articles, I think this is a good practice. And hey, we had to pay in college. We had to pay just to translate people's stuff. So now it's free. Just practice because it helps either of us, and it helps other people too. So I'm gonna do that. And so can you. After you record, you can listen to yourself because you're likely to still be afraid of public speaking. So listen to yourself again and then typed out the content that you have. That is if you do it like me, without the script. And I think it's nice. I think it's nice when people talk or when you practice you go without a script. Just see where your mind takes you. Just see how it goes because it doesn't hurt anybody and don't think too much. Maybe like me, what I wrote was number one, voice block, talk about 6 months, the purpose of it, and public speaking. That's my script. So I wrote maybe 4 points. And just write easy bullet point things. So you can, if you just keep making noises like being very quiet, you can still look at it and squeeze every little ideas that you have in time. That's gonna help people a lot. It's free, totally doable. Everybody can do it. If you don't have, let me check the time. If you don't have a phone, or if you don't have 20 minutes, then you probably don't have a life. You probably don't or shouldn't be learning. There's something wrong with your life, man. You gotta take 10 or 20. I wanted to do 5. Just kept talking, as always. And my problem is actually that I talk too much. I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to stop myself every once in a while if I can remember. But I get so passionate. I get so excited about talking to people. That's why I don't stop that much. But this is like my problems are good when my listener, or I don't want them to be listener. I want them to be maybe just a person. I want them to be talking back to me. I want them to be active in talking back. In our culture, we get so used to listening, not even listening. We get so used to just sitting there, maybe watching people talk, because we didn't get the chance to talk back. We didn't get the chance to raise questions. Shit. I just remembered that I was gonna put on music. I was gonna put on background music and I totally forgot. Can I do this again? I said a bad word. Anyways, this may be too late because I intend to shut this down by 20. But at the end, I guess I'll give whoever is listening another tip that I have. That is meditation. Well, motivation speeches, yes. Check on YouTube. Check for motivational speeches. And this music right now is meditation music. You can check background music, BGM. I like to listen to stuff like this now. I do it when I have kids. I mean, my students, younger students. And oh no, no more time. Bye. I'll see you next time. Bye. It can be a little creepy, yes, but this is like yoga music. Or, anyways, maybe I'll do this again some other time, depending on how the feedbacks are. But this is me, and doesn't matter if you like it or not. I will continue to do what I believe that is right. Bye. Goodbye.